Justice is that, doing whatever it takes to ensure that this doesn't happen again.
Protests continue across the country for George Floyd, but Central Texans are still calling for justice in the Michael Dean case.
Now, Dean was killed by a Temple police officer back in December of 2019. 25 News reporter Jack Allen examines the fight for justice in that case and what's being done to honor his legacy.
Sunday, protesters rallied in Waco and Killeen to call for justice after the death of George Floyd. But in the city of Temple, his death hits closer to home.
When you see a video of someone's life getting taken, and you remember that we had Michael Dean meet a similar fate in a different way, you can kind of draw those comparisons.
Dean was killed during a traffic stop last December, sending shockwaves through the Temple community. Earlier this year, Officer Carmen DeCruz was arrested and indicted on charges of manslaughter. But those who are close to Dean say justice still hasn't been served.
I want to see a change in the actions of our police officers here in Temple. I don't want to hear about police officers being disrespectful, dehumanizing, and violating everybody's rights.
In January, Terrace Goodwin created a petition online calling for justice for Michael and transparency from Temple Police. In the first 5 months, it got 20,000 signatures. But since the death of George Floyd, the petition has seen a flood of new signatures, bringing the total over 85,000.
Until our entire community comes together, of all races, of all backgrounds, of all walks of life, and stands up and says, we as a community will not accept this, we won't get change.
Friday night, Goodwin hopes to see the petition move from online to the streets of Temple as they gather for a protest here at the Temple Municipal Building. They're then going to march from here all the way over to the police department a few blocks away. New Temple Police Chief Sean Reynolds will likely be there, and organizers say they hope he listens to their calls for change.
I want him to listen, and after he hears the horrific stories that have happened here in Temple by law enforcement, then I want him to make sure that that no longer happens again.
The protest will begin at 6:30 Friday night. Organizers are emphasizing they want this to be a peaceful protest, one that honors Michael Dean. In Temple, Jack Allen, 25 News.
Since that interview, Chief Reynolds says the Temple PD is reviewing policies, procedures, and training. He says the department is, quote, committed to listening and understanding as we continue to learn and grow from the experience of others. Organizers hope it's the start of a greater push toward justice for Michael Dean.